Coach David here with Metro Jiu-Jitsu. Today we're talking about ferocious grit. Now, I don't expect most people to know what either one of those words mean. They're not used very well. Ferocious is. Ferocious is used a lot, right? Yeah. So, but grit, right? The ability, it's just that gritty, like, listen, I don't care what you throw at me. I'm going to chew it up and spit it out, because that's kind of the network that's kind of the attitude I have. I was on a call with a buddy of mine. We're in a couple groups together, and he was just talking about being in the valleys of life multiple times, going from multiple successful businesses to addiction to a rehab, like halfway house, to doing it again and failing again and coming back up. That has been, if you haven't experienced that, I've experienced that on several times, and those who know me know I've been in those peaks and valleys, and I think jiu-jitsu simulates that a lot. It simulates that a lot, because you can go one day, you could go from being on that number one spot on the podium, and the next day getting submitted by a lower rank, and that's how it can happen, or vice versa. You can one day go from being submitted by a lower rank to winning that on the podium. So it can go both ways, and that mental roller coaster of just feeling like, man, like that want to give up, and when you absolutely refuse to quit, when you absolutely refuse to throw in the towel, and you're like, listen, I don't care what it's gonna, 2020, okay, we were told, like, stay 6 feet away from each other. Tell me how you're gonna take someone down and train jiu-jitsu doing it 6 feet away from each other. But there was a lot of other academies, and I saw people that they're like, listen, I'm gonna find a way. Whether it was Zoom classes, whether it was other things like that, you kind of find a way. And that grit, a lot of other people were just like, well, we're gonna wait this one out. We're gonna wait this one out. We're gonna wait this one out. That's an example. That's an example of where we were at. What are you going through right now, though? What are you going through right now that you're like, maybe you're at the peak, and that's awesome, and I hope you stay there. But I wouldn't count on it, because you're only as good as your last at bat. What you earned yesterday means you are owed absolutely nothing today or tomorrow. I talk about that a lot. Like I'm only as good as, whatever tournament experience or however good I did on the mats yesterday, or whatever success I have in any area means nothing when I wake up tomorrow. It means absolutely nothing. You have to do it all over again. And again. And again. And again. And that just, like, people either they want to get to a spot of success and stay there, or the second they first encounter hurdles or anything, or setbacks, severe setbacks in some cases, they're like, well, and then of course if they're circle around them and saying, see, that's why I wouldn't do that, it's risky, yada yada, instead of like, this is to be expected, it's a learning lesson, I'm gonna get back up and do it again. Like, not too many people have that. And when somebody does, like, that's noteworthy. I take notice of that. I respect that. I know what that feels like. I can't answer what your challenges are, guys, but I do know that jiu-jitsu will help you with that. I'm Coach David with Metro Jiu-Jitsu. As always, I'll see you on the mat.